is a 6-month post-stroke individual. Comfortable gait speed is 0.3 meters per second, and their average step per day is 1,500. This is the one that their average step prior to stroke was 5,000. So let's take a look at just like on the treadmill for this individual. This is her just walking that kind of moderate intensity. She's holding on here. So, for other reasons, we aren't able to do high intensity interval training with her for different medical reasons. And so, how can I stay in this particular challenge point without increasing speed, without increasing incline? So, I'm going to work on stability. So, she does all of this with her hands. So, let's take that hand off. And now she's trying to walk, which really encourages left stance phase loading. She can't rely on that arm during stance phase anymore. And the way that I make that more salient to her, because how does she know she's getting better, is I count every step. So she starts the session, she could do 10 steps consecutively without holding on. By the end of the session, she did 50 in a row without holding on, and she was pumped. But patients sometimes need that feedback, that goal setting, everything that they do to know that they're moving forward and progressing. And so that's where that principle comes in. And then we don't just have to walk forward to see if I can advance this. So then we also can vary the way that we're training. So we're walking sideways with her so that she gets some hip abduction here. We get better stance hip control. So that's the walking treadmill piece. So let's look and see what we can do from like a sit to stand progression for her. So here she's just sit to stand, like way too easy, right? I could have her do these for 2 minutes, but she still wouldn't be tired. So let's elevate this leg on a variable foam surface so that we're getting a lot more hip extension and knee quad activation in her paretic leg. Now I'm going to come up higher, so I have her reach up and touch me. That way I make sure she's standing up all the time with that external cue. But let's add a weight, right? So let's add a kettlebell so that she's having to also stand up with that weight, lifting up, getting some arms. And now she's on a resistance band. So I'm just going to tie her to the chair and she's trying to get up, tied to the chair. So any type of, and I'm doing this consistently until I can find a point where I'm like, okay, this is starting to become really challenging for her. And then I work in that zone. And then let's do floor transfers for her. So I'm intentionally wanting her to stand leading with her paretic leg because coming here with her non-paretic leg, it's a balance issue, but this is the leg that's going to do all the work when she stands up. Go, go, go. See, and this leg is like hanging out here. So I need to change that, right? Like if I want to work on paretic loading, paretic strengthening during a functional task, I need to be leading with that leg. So we're going to switch it up so that she's having to push, push, push up through her paretic leg. I'm like, oh, that looked challenging. So let's do that some more. So then we're just going to, that's our new, that's our new exercise. We're going to do half kneel to stand, leading. I sped it up for you so I wouldn't bore you, leading with that paretic leg. Go, 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 push, push, push. And okay, let's do until it looks like you're failing. And then we're going to give you a second. And then we're going to do it again until it looks like you're near failure. So we're really using a functional movement to do functional strengthening to her challenge point. And then we did steps per day behavioral modification. So again, she had the Apple Watch, so we switched it to her other arm. She had her baseline. This was what she was pre-stroke. And we were adding 500 steps was like the first jump that we went to. So I was like, by 2 weeks from now, I want you hitting 2,000 steps per day, or you can do smaller increments depending on the patient and how fast you see them.